All right. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, I was running off. You know when you be running off a couple where you do that regular type shit.
I don't sleep at night.
How much sleep you be in per 24 hours?
Well, I get about, if I'm lucky, about 6.
I need my 8. I ain't gonna hold you.
If I'm lucky, I get 6.
I need my 8, but both days in the A, I got like 1.5 and 2 type shit at the max. And I was moving today, I was feeling good, and then I just started crashing around 5. I'm like, oh no, we got to do this shit.
You know what's it all got something to do with your diet at the end of the day. It's all about how you
I need sleep, dog. I need my 6 to 7 to 8, or I don't even function right. I start making the wrong decisions and all type of shit.
So I'm say that for real. I'm gonna tell you one thing though. Like the older I get, the more I see that when I pay myself back, you know what I mean? Like I might be working about 4 days, but then 2 days I'm going fishing and I'm doing plants and shit. You know what I mean? So I basically
my boy said he be going fishing. You different.
What's up, Millyz? What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Let me ask you something, because you know what, this before I ask you anything else, I want you to tell me something. Tell me about Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Cambridge is different. Like Cambridge is ill because it's the home of, you know, Harvard College and MIT College, but it also got, you know, 14 different housing projects. It got shot spotters. You know what shot spotters are?
No.
That's like in like Massachusetts, in different cities. I don't know if they got them in New York, but it's like if a gun is fired, it could tell where, it's automatically, the shot spotter tells the police where the gun was fired at. Feel me? Within like a block radius type shit.
Like a locator.
So I say that just to say, like, the fact that the police, you know what I'm saying, invested in that in Cambridge right next to MIT is crazy, but people don't know that side because it's a thoroughly branded city. You know what I'm saying? It's been branded as Harvard and MIT forever. You know, they got the bags, so of course it's branded like that. That's like, you know, like if somebody found out Nike did more than make clothes and sneakers. You know what I'm saying? If Nike, you know what I mean? That's the brand on it, but people be surprised when they really come out and find out what's up with it.
How is it like because I visited out there and I see the polarity. Like, how is that polarity? Like, you have it here, it is on one side.
Polarity is too big of a word for me right now.
Okay, well, listen, like on the one end, you have MIT, right? You have such a prestigious school, but then you got 14 housing projects at the same time. It's for the size of the city. How did that play? You know, like with the college kids, and
it's kind of split up. Like the college kids almost never. Like when I was coming up, I never ever saw college kids like that. Like not in my neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I remember this guy named Pring Wilson once. It was a big famous case.
God bless his dad.
No, Pring Wilson killed somebody.
Oh, I mean, who he killed?
Yeah, who he killed? Yeah. So Pring Wilson came in, and he was a Harvard kid. And this is before, like, if this shit was during, like, Black Lives Matter, even though it was a Spanish kid he killed, it would have been different, like the internet. So he came in to my hood one night.
You said that on the song that we did together, Prince Wilson.
Yeah.
You can Google that.
So he came into my hood one night, mad bent, super bent, coming from like the bar or some shit. I don't know why he was there. I don't know why, because it wasn't near his crib. He was just walking down Western Ave. He was on Western Ave and Howard. That was the trenches in the bridge back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still kind of in this era. This is probably like 2004 or some shit like that. And Michael Colono, this kid who was from my neighborhood too, he was sitting in the car, like sitting in the driver's side, I believe, and dude walked by stumbling on some drunk shit. So Mike is catching wreck. He's like,
drunk stumbling to my side of town. Western Ave, when his side don't come around, when his type don't come around.
Yeah. So Mike was catching wreck, you know, like regular shit. Like, yo, what's up with you, man? You all right? Like, you know, regular shit if you see somebody on some drunk shit. And dude was like, what? Like, got super aggressive, and he opened Mike's door, like the car door. He physically went to Mike's door. This shit is mind blowing to me. He opened the door and told him, get out, what's up, right? So Mike is from around the way, you know what I mean? He's like, oh yeah, like, you know, and he gets out and he goes to thumping with dude, and within, I think, something like, basically dude stabbed him, I think
5 times within 20 seconds.
5 times within 13 seconds.
5 times within 20 seconds. And that's truthful rap. Prince Wilson, song, son, groove that. Look him up.
Because dude actually had, we found this out later, dude had training on how to kill a bear. Feel me? So he opens the door, tells Mike, a little 18-year-old Spanish kid, really from this neighborhood, to get out. And homie gets out, proceeds to fighting. Homie stabs him, wild times, bounces, flees the scene. You know what I mean? His mother's a high-powered district attorney in Denver, Colorado, like the highest powered. So homie goes to trial trying to plead self-defense. Boom, loses trial of a jury of his peers. Loses trial, blows trial, 2nd-degree murder. I thought there was like mandatories and minimums and shit. He got 2 years, right?
What, 2nd degree?
2nd-degree murder, they gave him 2 years, yo. Oh my God, and he lost trial. They gave him 2 years. He appealed it again and lost his appeal. They gave him another trial and he lost the trial again. And they gave him like something like 6 months. And long story short, his appeal was like expedited. He ended up doing like 3 months, and it was the craziest white power privilege shit I ever saw in my life. But that was my experience with like Harvard kids and MIT kids. So it was always very divided, you know what I mean?
No.
Mike got hit with a dagger, like it didn't matter. And now his kid is a bastard, and the kid is out now because the killer's a cracker. White like me, but he a different type. His family, he came from a different life. Dad went to school there. Harvard, left the dude there. From outside of town, Western Ave, when his sides will come around. School with him, knife up into the victim.
Now, let me stop you for a second. That's so organic, right?
If you didn't tell me, I got so many records at this point. Like,
hold up for a second. Hold up. We talking about. Let me just stop you for a second. We talking about you from Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm from Harlem, New York. Me and you, I was like at the end of my rapping thing, and then I met you. You did that song. It was really a favor to me because you know what I mean? You didn't have to do that. But the thing was, what resonates is that at that time when you did that song, we seen that. We seen what happened. And what's so crazy, bro, is I never ever asked you the full story of that. And for you to say what you just said and then me play that song that was recorded about 12 years ago, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's also a testament of the times that we in, because you mentioned
even to fill people in more, like they ran a media campaign basically like on Mike. Mike had a criminal record, so they did the bullshit that they be doing, like, oh, he had a weed charge, he had a whoop charge. So it was crazy, man. But yeah, Cambridge is complicated, man. It's super gentrified now. Like, if anybody's familiar with like the LES, the Lower East Side of Manhattan, like how gentrified that is, because I heard that used to be like the hood.
Or Harlem.
It's Harlem. But Harlem is still, you kind of see like the essence in certain places. Like Cambridge, the essence is almost gone. It's like they ripped the soul out that shit. You know what I mean?
Is the bar still over there?
The bar?
Yeah.
Nah, I tattooed that on my arm. They put a I don't know what they put. So yeah, they took that.
Let me ask you this.
They took every black-owned business. They took, it's crazy because Cambridge is where like the only black family that's like still like around my neighborhood. Now there's a few, but I mean like not like Section 8 like houses, because before it was all houses owned. You know what I mean? Black owned. It's Patrick Ewing and them.
All right.
You feel me? Because Patrick Ewing's from there type shit. So his family didn't move, but they got so many people out of there, it's fucking ridiculous.
Let me ask you something, Millyz. because a lot of I remember you dropped the album one time, or mixtape, and for people that don't know, that like Milly's got a bunch of relationships that he's developed, and we're gonna talk about that later. But what I want to ask you is this, right? You know what was always interesting about you when I would go to Cambridge and see y'all? You was like the only Caucasian dude amongst a bunch of black dudes. So how would describe to me, right? Like, what's your love affair? How did your love affair with hip hop start? And describe the feeling to me when you first received it and where you was at with it.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like, that was the only music that was like around. I think probably like watching like MTV. They had some sort of countdown when I was real young. When I was like 5, like they had a countdown, and Gin and Juice and all of that shit was on the countdown. You feel me? So like that's the shit I'm seeing off rip. Like I remember being like in like 4th grade and motherfuckers talking about that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I remember people talking about hit 'em up. Like this is the shit. I'm getting introduced to the rawest shit in the world. Like compared to today's music, it was like pure dope. You know what I mean? Like Peruvian flake.
Yeah.
This shit, the kids is getting introduced. They're getting high with a cut. That shit is cut.
No, it's not. No. Like, they're getting straight up cut. There's nothing in it.
There's a little something in it. There's something in it sometimes. But I was introduced to raw dope. You know what I mean? So I always loved hip hop, and that was the only music that was playing. Cause I was, it's like I was really the only white kid from, you know what I mean?
You was always insulated by a lot of brothers, and I know that personally.
There's white kids though. There was white kids and I say there was because that dope epidemic hit hard with the gentrification too. That Oxycontin epidemic really hit like the Irish communities and Portuguese communities hard. But there was a lot of tough white boys in East Cambridge. I couldn't even go over there. I ain't gonna hold you. Like if I went over there, and we did, but them motherfuckers would chase us for all type of bats, shovels, all type of crazy shit. Like,
hey, what was it when you first started rapping though? What was important about what was important about it? Like when I started rapping, like back in the days, which is a generation before you, it was like lyrics, it was like being real, it was like, you know, boast. It was fun.
I think the lyrics at first, like how witty, how clever I could be, and if it could sound, smooth type shit. Cause I definitely got introduced through just rapping in ciphers and shit, like, you know, with my friends, and that's where I realized I stood out like amongst. If I'm rapping with 6 people, I learned like, oh, yeah, I'm better than these 6 people, and then it's like, all right, rap with the next 6 people. I'm better than these 6 people type shit. And I never even thought though at the time, like, I never thought about the obstacles. Like, yo, I'm a white rapper. I didn't think that. Like, I was just like in my neighborhood trying to be in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? My first track I ever recorded was a diss song.
Yeah. On who? Who you dissing, bro?
Dude, his name was
say his name, man.
Respect to the homie, you know what I'm saying? His name was Mum Rock and shit, and
Mud Rock.
Mum Rock, yeah. He had this shit booming real quick. I ain't gonna hold you. So I was kicked out of high school. You feel me? And I'm 14, and I felt like my life was very unproductive even at that time because I used to just go to this park called Columbia Park and sell crack. Like that was my occupation while kids was going to school, and it kind of felt cool sometimes. But then I'd also be like, damn, I'm an ill loser. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how you start selling crack though?
Because basically, I started selling weed like young, and so I was acquainted with selling drugs. That kind of fell into my lap, and crack did too because I used to call it the crack capital. You know, like it's just zombies everywhere. And I remember walking I remember my first homie who upgraded to selling crack when we was 14, and he showed me, and I was like, yo, you crazy, bro. And like 2 weeks later, the same dude who hit him off just was like, yo, open your hand. And he gave me an 8-ball. Yeah.
Time to go. They was giving it up loose like that back then? An 8-ball?
What?
They was giving it up loose. They used to give us packs like.
Yo, honestly, I can't remember if it was broke down. Nah, it wasn't broke down. So he said, open your hand, and he gave me an 8-ball, and we was outside, And he was like, put it in your pocket, walk with me type shit. And we walked into the trap. This is like before I knew the word trap existed. You know what I mean? And
it was a spot back then.
Yeah, it was on the 3rd floor of this building, the Columbia Terrace. And I went in there, and you know, it's a bunch of dudes trapping or whatever. And he showed me, he said, look, you take this and you're gonna cut it into 20s basically and shit. And he looked around and he said, don't let no
20s. You started with dubs.
Yeah, we started. That's like the culture out there type shit. You know what I mean? And I know y'all shit is getting it faster, Knicks and all of that shit. But it was straight to dub.
Aces.
And he told me, it was so easy. Basically, like within 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? We done cut this shit up. And he told me, yo, don't let anybody take this from you.
Yeah. Don't
let nobody rob you. Cause you know what I'm saying? When I was young in the neighborhood, people was going in my pockets and shit like that. Like at like 11, 12, I'm going to the store. They're not letting me live out there. But I started just getting cosigns, like a lot of cosigns. And I would fight, you know what I mean? I would fight, but I was getting beat up a lot. But I was fighting though. And I got the right cosigns. I always got the cosigns of like the most alpha male type guys in a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of different situations. I feel like the guys who wasn't scared to like co-sign me, even like, you know what I mean? You in New York, like a lot of guys I've always just embraced. I'm embraced by people like.
You know what it is though? There's no such thing as the cosign, right? The cosign is honestly because you gotta think I could have bought 1,000 other people and they would have been just done. You know what I'm saying? But you.
Oh no, you gotta live up to it. But I just mean like on a protection level, like. But not like, no, you know what I mean, paid protection, but just like on a, I always just had something that where there was a few people like, yo, don't fuck with him, leave him alone. Tell people
how old you think you was when we met?
Like 16, 17.
Yeah, you was young. You had to get permission to travel type shit.
But look, and I was on probation.
You was fucking up. I remember you, and I was like, yo, where the fuck is Millyz? We was in SOBs. I seen was a white boy head. I'm like, yo, get that white boy, man. He's high. He can't be high. Get him. They like, you know him? I'm like, yo, that's our best. That's our family. Get him, grab him.
Yeah! Millyz Blanco! What it do, nigga? House Mom! It's your boy Bill. Crack capital of the world, baby! New Drag City! It is what it is! Yes, sir! And that's all there'll ever be around this bitch! Talk to him, young boy!
Man, I'm everything these rap guys wanna be. Take me out the streets, can't take them out of me. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Hey, Montana! Millyz, let's go!
People say I'm top 5 in my state. I say I'm top 5 in the States. Get your shit right.
From the coast to the boogie down coast. Walk with us.
I-95 flying with the beats on. Still doing dirt, but this time I got my cleats on. Heat's on.
Tied up, ready to rock. Oh.
I came up watching Shooter putting work on him. He ride to they side and putting work on him. Shot bitches, shot guys, shot anything. Cold small for me, pop anything. Damn, what about Smokes? He a rider. Goddamn, Murder One got him tied up. DA wanna see him fried up. Leaving court with his mom all cried up.
I dig. But like I told you, 100,000 to go. We gon' turn it up, make it make sense. Let them know, Millyz.
Killer died when they came with them gun boys. Took his life from him, he was just a young boy. And they ain't mean to kill him, they dumb boys. Left his blood spilling, them fuck boys deserve death. And Mike got hit with a dagger. Left his ass dead like it didn't matter. And now his kid is a bastard. And the killer's out now cause the killer's a cracker. White like me, but he a different type. Rich family, came from a different life. In the bridge cause his ass went to school there. Went to Harvard, they should've kept the dude dead. But he stumbled in drunk to my side of town. Western Ave where his type don't come around. Got loud and then Mike got into it with him. College boy put his knife up into the victim. Murder 5 times within 20 seconds. And self-defense is the case that this kid is stressing. And that's true for rap. Prim Wilson, when the song's done, Google that.
Look it up.
Blood stains on the blocks that we walk on. I stretch dudes on the blocks that we fall on. And moms turned dad when my pop's gone. Had me bagging 50s by the size of some popcorn. But I'm not wrong due to my environment. Central Square, the car horns, the sirens, the violence. For they made it look nice, for they made it rich, it made me into the crook type. Where's the good life? All I hear is bad news. All I see is hopelessness, homie, that's a bad view. Free bitch blowing in the bathroom. Same shit, baby moms with a bad room. Trash rappers with they whack tunes. 1, 2, 1, 2, leave they eyes raccoons.
Straight like that.
That makes sense.
It makes sense.
Millyz Blanco, Mac Holla.
Sam died, I got locked the fuck up. My plan died, he got shot the fuck up.
Oh no! I remember that dope track. 183rd Bronx. Keep walking.
I went up top and got rocked the fuck up. Lock the open touch and get rocked the fuck up.
Now!